Welcome to Cooking with the Fetzers.
Good evening.
This is as clean as our house gets. So tonight, we as a church have decided that we want to feel the connection with being closer to one another on Easter Sunday. And turns out there's a global pandemic. So we thought it may be a great idea to make the same recipe on Easter Sunday to feel like we're all kind of eating together. So Larry provided a lot of you with the French toast recipe.
And a gluten-free one.
Well, funny you bring that up, we will be making the gluten-free recipe. We have several very beloved members in our church that can't eat that wheat.
Boy, gluten-free things taste so good too.
The other kicker here is that we probably don't have all the ingredients because I can't get a grocery delivery. So here we go. Ready?
Let's make some food. How do you evaporate milk?
So can you go over the ingredients again?
Well, frozen hash browns.
We have potatoes.
Are they frozen?
No.
6 eggs.
Okay.
We have those.
6 eggs. Got it.
Evaporated milk. Does homemade almond milk count?
It's gonna. I got almond milk.
Ham diced. Diced ham.
You don't have to use ham. You can use whatever you have in your fridge, and we have kielbasa. So we'll use that. That'll be great.
Cheddar cheese grated.
We have a block. Also, hey, this is the quarantine edition, so you kind of have to make it like with what you have on hand. Well, we have about 50% of the ingredients, right?
This isn't a full cup of cheese. All right, after the cheddar cheese is Swiss cheese grated, but we've got enough cheese.
We don't have Swiss cheese. Swiss cheese is gross. It smells like stinky socks.
Butter melted. Ours isn't melted yet.
Do we have vegan butter?
We've got regular butter.
We have regular. So you want to make sure with butter that you look on these little increments here.
Salt and pepper.
You guys, we basically have everything we need. So, what's the first step? What's the first step?
Preheat oven to 350 degrees if you're baking casserole immediately.
So the thing about this recipe and the recipe that Asti provided that has all the gluten in it is that you can bake it ahead. So on Saturday night, or like prepare it ahead and bake it right when, I don't know, couple minutes before. How long does it take to cook?
45 minutes.
About an hour before Larry starts preaching on Sunday.
Put it in the oven at 10 o'clock and you'll be ready for service.
You'll be ready for service. So why don't we show them
How
to make it ahead, and then we'll wake up at the butt crack of dawn tomorrow morning.
How many days are we going to keep this in the fridge?
This will be our dinner for the next 6 nights.
Spray a 9x13 pan with nonstick baking spray.
On it. Oh gosh. Oh no. What was in this pan last?
Spread hash browns evenly in baking dish.
So because we don't have hash browns, it looks like we have to grate how many ounces?
20 ounces of potatoes.
It's over a pound.
That's like a pound, right? How much does that weigh?
This?
Yeah. Is that a pound of potatoes?
Is this a pound?
I hope not. That's a lot of potatoes.
All right. Well, so if you have limited access to hash browns because of the current global pandemic, but you have potatoes, there's good news for you, friend. You can just go right ahead.
You're going to grate them or peel them?
Nope, we're gonna grate them.
You're doing
Oh!
You were just kidding. Wait, did you?
Learn from our mistakes. Just buy
Hash browns.
hash browns. They're like $2.50.
Hey, let's do 10 ounces and make this literally a half recipe.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so you think that's probably 10
That's
ounces.
10 ounces.
When are we melting the butter? Is that happening now?
It's supposed to come melted. I don't think we bought the right kind.
So you want to make sure you put a generous amount of salt, because why would you eat potatoes if they weren't appropriately seasoned? Have you ever had a bland potato?
Some people might have heart problems and don't need a lot of salt.
If you have a heart problem, I would urge you to not make this recipe. I would go with Estes.
You think that's better?
Don't you? Butter should not, when you're doing baked treats, be microwaved, because it breaks down whatever butter molecules too quickly.
Right. So right now, what are we doing?
The wrong thing.
Now you get to drizzle the butter. Drizzle melted butter over hash browns.
Okay, so these are our seasoned potatoes.
Hash browns.
Okay. Well. And then you drizzle the butter over it.
Perfect.
Yes?
Spread diced ham or other cooked breakfast meats over hash browns. Sprinkle
Cooked breakfast meats.
grated cheese over potatoes. Gently stir.
So this is pre-cooked.
It looks like a thumb. Look at that.
Yeah, we don't talk about the little end dingle.
No, not the dingle. Lighter part.
Well, I'm not eating it, you are, so. Okay, so we're gonna dice this, and it sounds like the key here is to use a pre-cooked breakfast meat, correct?
Could be. Spread diced ham or other cooked breakfast meat over hash browns, and then sprinkle grated cheese over potatoes, and then you stir it.
We gotta grate more?
I can do that part. And I'm a guy who likes lots of cheese, so...
Yeah, are you gonna do that? You're not gonna do that.
Not the whole block. Oh, you got potatoes all over.
Honey, you gotta do it on here.
Well, I was just gonna put them right.
No. You want a generous amount of cheese. The amount of cheese is directly proportionate to how much you want to enjoy this. Am I right?
I mean, cheese goes on everything.
Okay.
I'll edit that out.
Whisk eggs and add milk and whisk together. The thing is, they want evaporated milk, and I'm too tired to care about the difference between evaporated cow milk and original almond milk. There's probably a significant difference, and yet quarantine. So here we go. You see that? Look at the measuring. Look at that. Look how nice that is. Vegan milk. And then, oh, whisking the eggs. Where are the eggs? Here they are. There's a very specific technique with whisking. And it involves like fluffing the ingredients rather than, you know.
Can you do that again just to show us the wrong way? Okay, thanks.
Yes.
That's helpful.
So when you're whisking, you want to make sure it's fully incorporated so you don't have any of like the cytoplasmic jelly.
Ew. So we just make this a non-vegan recipe, is that correct?
It's non-vegan because you obviously wanted the breakfast meat, which it's kielbasa. It's not breakfast, but it's fine.
Also, it's got cheese.
And the egg.
And egg.
The oven is preheating.
You want to show them what we got?
Yes. This is what we have so far. Maybe make sure it's fully incorporated, or then you have scrambled eggs. And this was a lot of work for scrambled eggs. That's what it looks like. Do we see that?
Yeah.
Look at that. So then we normally would care about preheating, but we don't now. So we're gonna pop it in right now, and it bakes for like 45 minutes.
Yeah. So we're gonna watch Netflix and come back and show you what it's done.
Yes.
All right, timer went off. Just burnt my tongue. It looks really good. Came out nice. It's very hot. It's burning my hand right now, but I'll eat this. Let's leave it here, and when it gets cool enough to eat a bite, I'll test it out. Okay, we are day 2 into our breakfast bake. It is delicious. I've had it for breakfast and lunch, and it's really good warmed up in the microwave. It's good with barbecue sauce on it. I would recommend it for any meal, and I'm probably going to finish this right now. So enjoy.